It's your man JayGravesReport, and welcome to the College Football Weekly Wrap-Up, Week 11, presented by your good neighbor, State Farm agent, Ravi R. Murray. Located 3955 Eagle Creek Parkway, Indianapolis, or hit your boy up at 317-297-3804 so you can holler at your boy. Now, let's get into the foolishness that was college football Saturday. It was chaos out here, bruh. I keep telling you, this is the reason why I love college football. Anything can happen, chaos ensues, and I told you in the preview that attrition and foolishness always occur middle of November. But here's the deal. Instead of me talking about the 5 games that I previewed, I was done. I was 2-3, but everybody was done this weekend. I'm not going to talk about those 5. I'm going to talk about the foolishness that occurred. The top 4 teams in America in the college football playoff, 3 of them duns went down this weekend. We had Clemson went down first. Hey, let me tell you this. Anytime you let a boy hang around, you suspect to get beat. And they let him hang around for 3 quarters. I told boys in the second quarter, these boys about to go down because you can't let a boy hang around. They went down the Dove pit, and then Washington got beat by a better USC team. And then Michigan went up to Iowa City, let a boy hang around too long, and they got knocked out. Now, even though all 3 of these teams got knocked off, I wrote the hot joint this morning called Simple Math, where I broke down, even though they got knocked off, the playoff rankings shouldn't change very much, simply because when you broke down the top 10 teams in America, the first 6 teams last week all had one. The first 6 teams you had, the first 4 were undefeated in Alabama, Clemson, Michigan, and Washington. And then 5 and 6, Ohio State and Louisville got 1 loss. But now after this weekend, 5 of the top 6 all got 1 loss. So now all we playing with the same deck of cards, bruh. Because we can't move Wisconsin up. Wisconsin got 2 losses. Texas A&M and Auburn had 2 losses. They went dub and lost this weekend. And then Penn State. So you can't move them up. So we still playing with the same top 6, right? And so what I'm saying to you is, what should happen on Tuesday? We're gonna forget about what everybody else talking about. What should happen on Tuesday? What makes sense? Because we don't know what boy's going to do, but what makes sense, Alabama should still be number 1. Ohio State should go all the way up to number 2. Michigan should sit tight right at 3, and Clemson at 4. A lot of boys asking the question, Jay, why isn't Louisville going up? Louisville won yesterday, and Clemson lost. They both got 1 loss. If you got 2 one-loss teams, now you got to look at the head-to-head matchup. Clemson beat Louisville. So how can you put Louisville ahead of Clemson and they beat them head to head? It only makes sense, bruh. But look, when I go in here and look at the AP poll, this is what I keep telling you boys. You always putting your trust in some duns that don't know what they doing. They AP, you got the Associated Press, put out their poll this morning. That's why I always call them fake media types, because what they do don't even make sense. They got the top 4 in America. This is the AP poll today. These duns got Alabama number 1. They got Ohio State number 2. Louisville number 3. And Michigan number 4. Now, how in the world you got Louisville at number 3 and you got Clemson all the way back at number 5, but Clemson beat Louisville and they got the same record? No! Come on, bruh! I mean, this is what I'm talking about. So, if you see the Associated Press, Dove rankings, don't even pay attention to it. On Tuesday, it should make sense if these boys are doing what they're supposed to be doing. There's no way on earth that you can put Louisville ahead of Clemson if Clemson beat them already. Now, let's look at it when we start talking about the college football playoff and who gonna get in. You know, we still got a couple of weeks to go, but let's keep it real. Alabama probably gonna win the SEC, so they a shoe in unless they just fall apart in the Iron Bowl. They ought to be good. Secondly, Ohio State and Michigan still got to play, so whoever wins that ball game and win the Big Ten going in. The ACC, Louisville don't have a shot simply because Clemson's already beat them. And if Clemson run the table, win out, unless Clemson lose another ball game, Louisville don't have a shot to get in. Why? Because the Pac-12 champ is going to get in simply because Washington's only got one loss. Unless they lay an egg, fall apart, go belly up at Washington State in a couple of weeks, they in. The Big 12 is the odd man out because the eventual champ of the Big 12, which will probably be Oklahoma already has 2 losses. They went at the beginning of the season, lost to Houston out the gate, and then let Ohio State come to town and beat the brakes off of them, put like 45 points on them at the crib. So the Big 12 is the odd man out. All the rest of the conference champions pretty much going to represent the top 4 in America. So how in the world you going to lobby for Louisville if Louisville don't win a conference championship and they lost to the conference champ? Holla at your boy. Come on, man. This don't even make sense. Hey, it's your man Jay Graves Report from the JayGravesReport.com, or you can hit me up on Twitter at JayGravesReport so you can holler at your boy. And always remember that this segment is presented by your good neighbor State Farm agent Robbie R. Murray, located 3955 Eagle Creek Parkway, Indianapolis, or hit your boy up at 317-297-3804 so you can holler at your boy.